Oh, well, I probably sound a little bit different. I'm currently in bed. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. My feet may be a little bit too close to the fake wall. Fake wall didn't really want to play ball that much. It's that stupid bloody relay. See, I only had enough cable for the VSR, and the relay would be laying straight and go straight back to the VSR, which was next to the battery. And, well, that was a little bit of an issue, but it wasn't really the issue. I ended up changing in the big plug, like the big monster trailer plug. It's not an Anderson plug, but it's a similar type thing. It's a 50 amp plug. Of course, I went and put a different wire in it, and I had more wire, and I should have used a longer piece. And you know, now that I've moved the relay across from its original position, and I've siliconed a plastic box over the top of it, yeah. Now the lead and plug aren't. With the lead, you have like a corner on the table. Now the corners on that table have all been rounded off for obvious, you know, oh, I'm going to sue you because the corner of the table my kid ran straight into it and it poked him in the eye. So they've got all these curved corners. Well, that was fine. Oh, hang on. I've still got a shirt on it. It's not really stretching right for me. Fuck the bloody thing. Anyway. Ugh. Anyway. Stuff the damn shirt. That's a bit better. Anyway, getting back to the point. The curved parts of those, like the curved corners, that curve was enough to let the cables through. But now that the plug's sort of pointing over in a different direction, yeah, it's not really right on the very edge of the van. The cable has sort of had to come across a bit. And really speaking, it's due to the short length of the lead between the plug and the relay. And I actually had an option to make the lead a bit longer, because I have lead left over, and I didn't do it, did I? Because it sort of was all right closer to the door, and then I realised if I actually slide the mattress side on and drop it down, the mattress is going to be squashing the relay and, you know, possibly bending some of the pins or whatever, especially being that it's close to the end of the mattress. So all in all, over another bloody 3 or 4 inches, but I wanted to use up some that I had that was about the right length, and I should have got another piece, another 6 inches long. I've still got another bloody 5 yards or 4 yards of the blooming cable, but no. So anyway, I've actually stuck a toilet roll under it, because the table is going to be sitting on the plug if I don't have a toilet roll under it. And in due course, I don't know that the fake wall really matters. And you know why? Because as soon as this weather warms up, I'm going to use a curtain anyway. Yeah. Maybe by next winter I would have resoldered a longer piece of cable and it will no longer be a problem. But we'll leave that to next winter, late autumn. But anyway, it's probably only one thing you can see, and that's that. I haven't even got the USB heating on. I got it out. I just set it on top of the fridge, and you won't see it in the dark. I've had a stupid issue with the bloody door locks in this bastard of a thing. Jeez, in case the clock hasn't died up above, which, you know, it's a bloody glaring clock. I didn't really want it on anyway. And then I switched off all the door system, like the door lighting system, because half the time, you know, they wouldn't even light up anyway, even when you did open the door. So I thought, well, in case it's shorting out, I'll just turn it off anyway. And now, the friggin' locks, you should be able to, of course you can put the key in and you can lock all the locks. But bugger that, I want to do it inside the vehicle. So what you do is you usually just turn the little lock. And you'll hear the whole lot, sort of central locking style, chonk, the whole lot will go down. It won't do it for the two back doors. I tried the front passenger door, and it went and done it for all doors. This is locking it from the inside while you're inside. So it's going to be a little bit annoying because I'm going to have to, well, it's probably not that big a deal. I just have to lean through put my hand through the curtain and bang. And then it'll be right. I'm just a bit annoyed because, I mean, you know, it was literally all working a few days ago, so, and now it's just working, at least for the front passenger. It might be working for the driver's door as well, but, oh, word of advice. Don't go to bed with a shirt on. Especially, even if it's stretched, it doesn't seem to... I can hear I'm breaking bloody... What's his names? Stitches on this thing. I'll pull the blasted thing off in a minute. It's really pissing me off. Anyway. I can actually hear the highway from here. Very quiet. I can mainly just hear frogs. A lot of frogs. As you probably notice, like you wouldn't be able to hear jack shit over the outside. I just hear a couple of big rigs rolling down the highway, and like just there's thousands and thousands of frogs out there. At least hundreds anyway. Some closer to the van, and then you can hear all the ones off in the distance like a rumble. Yeah. So they do indeed have a solar shower at this place. I went, there's actually two. Not very big panels for it, I wouldn't think. And like, just about everything here is like blooming solar related. I don't even think they got the power run out of this place. In all honesty, I don't think they do. I was checking out one of the barbecues, and there's one that, well, apparently it's out of order. They claim it's been vandalised. And more parts need to be ordered. The funny thing is, more parts need to be ordered, it's been vandalised, and yet physically it looks perfect. I can't work that shit out. Unless somebody deliberately tried to throw a bloody firecracker down the freaking fat drain hole or something, I don't know. But I was looking, and the roof on that one's a bit different. And you can see the actual solar panel to run all the electronic ignition and the press button 20-minute operation and all that. So they do actually have solar with it, which, really speaking, I don't think there's any power on out here. I think it's all off-grid systems, including that hot water system. And, I mean, they may have water pumps there for that. But they got actually two showers for it. And they had the women, I don't know what the hell was going on, but the women's was actually... The door was closed, I don't know if it was locked, but the men, the door was just open just a little bit. And I went in and you know, there you are. Living two showers there, about 2 or 3 shitters, and a urinal. So I'm going to try and get in there tomorrow night. And yeah, I was going to do a hot water bottle, and like it was dark, and I went to this other toilet and had a shit in there. No lights, no nothing. Lucky I had me miner's lamp. I sort of deliberately bought that, but yeah. No toilet paper, so I got toilet paper, miner's lamp. I went in there and done what I had to do. And not even so much as one light on the outside, just no lights at all. So, I don't even think there's been any lights ever installed in the damn thing either. I'm not joking. Like I said, off-grid. There is actually a cold water shower up there, but that's going to be bloody stone cold. So I'll try and get into the solar one. Hopefully I can get in. There was no one there when I snuck in. if I can get in there for 5 minutes and have a half trickling shower, it's going to be good enough. The shower system at home, you know, it isn't the best, and I'm used to a shower that's barely doing anything, barely running, like blimmin' half a gallon. I've gone from a gallon a minute to half a gallon a minute, but at least I've got a decent temperature now with a shower at home. And you only get like 5 minutes to run on the shower at home, so, you know, it can't be any worse than the one at home. It's probably going to be better. Anyway, I had was it today or was it last night? Because I had one about 1 o'clock in the afternoon today at home. And I'm fairly certain it was the one today, and I think even the one last night was pretty much the same. I'm not joking. It's damn near instantaneous. Because last night was not too bad. It was like 18 degrees Celsius, and it had rained a bit, so the water line would have been colder, but I'm not joking. The 3-ring burner was heating it so much it was effectively an instantaneous hot water system, because we're not in the real cold tank, you know, because it's not like 44 Fahrenheit or something like that, you know. And what do you know? It all blooming, you know, a 3-ring burner can keep up with it, and your half a gallon becomes instantaneous. You know, your half a gallon a minute becomes instantaneous half a gallon a minute, which that's good. That's fantastic. And I know in the middle of summer, like, you're not even going to need to turn the burner on, because they have water coming out of the taps that hot that it will burn your damn hands during summer. And that's just a little bit of blimmin' black pipe laying on the ground, and that's just what happens in summer. It is in excess of 65 degrees, so it is burning temperature. You can't actually wash your hands with the water inside, so I go to the water tank outside sometimes to wash my hands, because it is that bad. So, it's probably going to be coming in to the big pot, and the big pot will be bloody like a radiator. It'll be cooling the damn water before it goes down the shower head. But anyway, if I can get a shower here tomorrow, later on, even if, you know, they say, oh, you got to go when just as the sun's gone down. And I think that'd be the nicest time, but I don't really matter. Doesn't really matter to me. I might go a little bit earlier. We'll see. We'll see. I probably will go just as the sun's going down. Hope to hell it's unlocked, otherwise I'll be using a lot of baby wipes. And I don't really want to go to the cold water one, because once again there's no light in that either, so you're going to be having a shower in the dark. Anyway, I'll take my headset lantern, but you know, like I don't have an actual lantern, like I just got the headset one, and I got the little USB one, which is oh gosh, I'm getting, that USB battery was good until it decided it wasn't going to take a charge. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It might suddenly decide it's going to work or something. Bloody China. It's like my sister said, you know, you have a bad day. 80% of all bad days are related to some heap of Chinese junk failing you, and it's fucking right. You go, oh, you know, I've got all this stuff, you can buy everything you dream of, and it all dies after 2 months. Fuck China. You know, at times, there's a guy called Big Kev. He decided to sell everything Australian made, and a lot of older people invested, and it all went flat. It all died. See, he was only selling a bunch of basic, cheap goods, and nobody really gives a shit if their plastic cups from China aren't 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, there's nobody's going to friggin', you know, it's not that big a deal if the handle falls off your coffee mug, or, you know, your pencil breaks, or your pen doesn't work, because let's face it, it doesn't matter where they make pens, they never seem to fucking work, you know. But he was just selling basic items, you know, detergent and just different random plastics and whatnot, and And he went arse up, but I tell you what, I'm looking at some of these things that I got, you know, that are made in Japan. I should start a thing that is just, we import everything, not from China. Well, not import everything. We have Australian stuff, Japanese stuff, US stuff, not a fucking thing from China. And I'll be watching the US stuff too, because I know you get cheap US stuff, and it can be bloody worse than Chinese stuff, because I actually saw that happen in radiator manufacturing. I saw some atrocious quality. I mean, you know, just they told me about stuff that they had a contract for out of Michigan, and bloody 90% of it failed. All they were doing was just filling up the scrap metal bin, you know. So, some of the things I'm hearing about the newer Chryslers, you know, they're head gasket failures, and just gasket failures in general at 6 months of age. And the question really is, if it's noticeable to the point the vehicle isn't operating after 6 months, was the gasket ever even put in properly from day one? But the thing with China is it's all fucking crap. Some people say it's good, I don't believe them. I start looking down the list of what fucked up with this. The VSR, China. Cheap Chinese shit. The blooming USB pump that blew out the last USB battery, China. The USB battery itself that should, most of them, have a reset mechanism in there that when they short out, they shut themselves down until you charge them for 5 seconds. Guess what? Nah, it's blew the circuit out. This other USB battery, also from China. Hell, it's actually from the same shop. Now it won't take a charge. You can use it, but you can't charge it, you know. Everything that's shit always comes down to China. It's cheaper Chinese stuff, but then, you know, some of this cheap Chinese stuff gets sold to you as dear Chinese stuff. And that's what I'm noticing looking online at some of the prices that these things are at versus what I see them sold for in shops over here. But anyway, it's still fairly warm, even though it's actually quite cold outside. But that porta potty definitely takes up a bit of room in here, there's no questioning that. Like I said, I was going to do hot water bottle, but I was so bloody tired, and you know, I'd already set up the fake wall, and where was I going to put the damn thing? I can walk through, I can stumble through down there, and there's a rotten wooden seat, like a bench that's, you know, no table, just a bench, but so rotten. I'm thinking, oh, you can put it on the ground. No, you get dirt on it, there's grass, you can bloody catch the grass and fire. Nah. Might be green growth, but nah, it's just nah. So I had to go without a hot water bottle. Maybe tomorrow night, we'll see. Anyway, I'll just leave it at that.